Yo, what's up guys, AFC Dino here, and welcome to a new video. In this video guys, we are going to continue our road to top 100 series. Last week we didn't make a lot of progress because I only played one game, and after that I wasn't really able to play. But we're continuing now with a new team. If you are interested in this team, by the way, there's a PokeMMO link in my Discord server. Check the link in the description. But yeah, I really wanted to use Scizor, so it's gonna be a Scizor team. And the set that I wanted to use was Roost, Sword Stance, U-turn, and Bullet Punch. And you might think, Sword Stance and U-turn, doesn't that counteract each other? You could say something for that, but there's a strategy behind the set, obviously. This Scizor set is meant to pivot around early game. That's why we're using leftovers as well. Can come in on weak attacks and then U-turn around, chipping things down. And late game, once his checks and counters have been weakened or have been taken care of, Scizor can set up that Sword Stance and sweep with Bullet Punch if you set it up correctly. But yeah, one of the best partners for Scizor is Rotom Wash, because Scizor's only weakness are fire types attacks. Rotom's only weaknesses are cross types attack. Scizor 4 times resists Scizor 4 times resists cross types attacks. Rotom resists fire types attacks. So really nice core together, and together they also provide a Volt turn core. Rotom being able to Volt switch and Scizor being able to U-turn. For example, if you have Scizor in and you bring it, you get Scizor in against Chansey. Chansey is usually going to switch out, and they're going to bring in, for example, Hippowdon. You can U-turn, predicting the Hippowdon, then get in Rotom. And if you think they are fearing the Hydro Pump, you get, for example, Volt Switch, under Chansey switch, and get Scizor in again. And if you have Entry Hazards up as well, all that damage is gonna stack up really nicely to the point where they could get low enough for Scizor to sweep, and that's basically the idea of this team. Yeah, next to it we have Mienshao. Mienshao is our wall breaker. With close combat, super strong, 120 base power, combined with the Life Orb and Stab, just breaking through a lot of things, especially steel types as well, because Scizor doesn't have a fighting type attack on this set. We have U-turn, hitting psychic types who resist the close combat, and also gaining momentum as well, getting these two in, for example. And yeah, proccing the Regenerator with U-turn as well while doing damage. We have Toxic. I just like the set of last team, because I really love Toxic on Mienshao, because a lot of the same answers come in against Mienshao, Jellicent, Pythagoras, Hippowdon, Mandibuzz, and those Pokemon don't appreciate being poisoned, being badly poisoned actually. And next we have Taunt over Fake Out this time. The reason is because Fake Out is nice, but I kind of felt like I needed Taunt for things like Mandibuzz and Skarmory, because my only answer to them is Rotom Wash. But they are usually going to switch out against Rotom. But if I get Mienshao in and click close combat on something, and they bring in the Skarmory or the Mandibuzz, and they have Rocky Helmet, they are usually going to Roost, because otherwise they are going to get 2-hit KO'd. Meaning that we could Taunt on the Roost, they stay a bit below half HP, then we can U-turn out if we expect something like a Brave Bird. If we know Mandibuzz or Skarmory don't have Brave Bird, we can even close combat again. But you must know first. But we can U-turn, get in Rotom, which is usually safe, and Volt Switch and continue the Volt turn core basically. And yeah, that's basically the idea. Hopefully I can actually show that off. However, this does take a bit of skill, obviously, because if you taunt while they attack, then Mienshao, being super frail, is gonna die. So be cautious when using taunt, but having that option is really nice. Next up we have Hippowdon, our stealth rocker, our physical wall, our main switches for things like Conkeldurr, Scizor, Dragonite, those kind of mons. And we have Aurora with Toxic on this one, so we can stop setup sweepers like Scizor, like Dragonite, like Reuniclus, and just phase them out. And Earthquake obviously hits super hard even while we're not invested into attack. Still super strong at 100 base power. And it's basically it power. Next we have Salamence, and yeah, Salamence has the Choice Scarf, boys. I think this set is really underrated because I haven't seen anyone use it. But usually when you think about countering or dealing with setup sweepers, you usually think about defensive monsters like Porygon, Skarmory, Mandibus, those kind of defensive monsters to stop setup sweepers. But another way to deal with those monsters is having a Choice Scarfer that is naturally faster than them, because if Gyarados or Dragonite sets up a Dragon Dance, Salamence is still going to outspeed them because we have the Choice Scarf, and then we can hit them with the super effective attack. And that's why we have this moveset. Dragon Claw, our main stab move obviously, but also hitting Dragon Claw for super effective Dragonite with Dragon Claw for super effective damage. They don't have multi-skill, so it's still going to do quite a bit. It's not going to kill them from full, so you have to keep that one in mind. But it should do around 80%. Next up, we have Fire Fang on these elements, because it hits Scizor, it hits Ferrothorn. Its fire coverage is just really nice on every team. Rock Slide hitting Volcarona for 4 times super effective damage and killing them. And Thunder Fang hitting Gyarados for 4 times super effective damage. So it's mainly a check for those setup sweepers, but it can also check fast frail things like Mienshao, Infernape, Jolteon, and I hit them really hard with Dragon Claw. We are using the Jolly Nature over Adamant because, as you can see, we're not using Defog on this team. I have Will-O-Wisp over Defog on this Rotom because this set works really well against Rain. Because the main answer against Rotom Wash on Rain teams is usually Ferrothorn. And if you burn Ferrothorn, then Power Whip is not gonna do that much. And nothing on a Rain team likes to be burned. Even Kingdra, which is a special attacker most of the times, doesn't like the residual damage every time. So being able to burn things is really nice as well. And yeah, if you burn Ferrothorn, for example, you can get in Roserade and set up hazards. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, get in Hippowdon because he's not gonna take much from a burnt Ferrothorn who's using Power Whip. And get up our Stealth Rocks, and obviously also hitting Scizor as well with Will-O-Wisp, things that are immune to poison, because mainly steel types and poison types. But yeah, we're also not using Defog because we can force our opponent to Defog for us if we set up some more hazards with Roserade Spikes or Toxic Spikes. Yeah, let's talk about Roserade for now. That's it about Salamence. Oh wait, we're using Jolly on the Salamence because it speed ties with Volcarona. Because we don't have a Defog on our team, Stealth Rock could hurt our Salamence, and if Volcarona gets up a Quiver Dance, obviously Salamence is gonna eat hits up, but if we take too much Stealth Rock damage, then Volcarona can knock us out. And with the Jolly Nature, we at least have the chance to outspeed him if Salamence gets too low to win the speed tie, and that's why we're running Jolly. Otherwise, we would be running Adamant. Yeah, and lastly we have Roserade, double hazard with Spikes and Toxic Spikes. Spikes adds really well together with Scizors because, like I mentioned earlier, early game you're gonna U-turn around a lot with Scizor. So he can sweep late game with Bullet Punch, but having that extra damage with Spikes, because it can stack with Stealth Rock, so you can actually get a lot of damage by forcing your opponent to switch. With Toxic Spikes, hitting things like Hippowdon, Jellicent, Pythagoras, Milotic, those kind of Pokemon that want to come in on Scizor. Because with U-turn and the poison damage, it's just gonna be a lot of damage and makes it easier to get to that late game situation you want with Scissor. And we're using Hidden Power Fire over Sludge Bomb on this Rose Raid, because Sludge Bomb, there are no fairy types. The fairy type doesn't exist in this game, so the only thing Sludge Bomb or poison type attacks hit are grass types, but the only two grass types that you really see are Rotom Maw and Breloom. Yeah, and Ferrothorn obviously, but Hidden Power Fire hits them as well. But it also hits Scizor, which is really nice, because obviously Choice Band and Scizor with Bullet Punch could knock out Rose Raid, but if Scizor goes for any other move and we go for Hidden Power Fire, Scizor is just gonna drop. And we have Giga Drain over Leaf Storm, because Giga Drain gives us a bit of extra recovery. That's why we're running Black Sludge as well. I was thinking about using Rest on Rose Raid, but I felt like I really wanted Toxic Spikes or Toxic. Both are fine. I just like Toxic Spikes because it pressures things that's coming on Scizor as well. Plus, it makes it more difficult for Volcarona to come in as well. But yeah, I was thinking about using Rest, because the funny thing with Natural Cure is you can use Rest, you'll be asleep, and if you switch out, the sleep will be removed, which is funny. But yeah, that's basically the set, guys. And Rose Raid also a good check for a good switch in for Rotom Maw resisting every hit, because Rotom Maw could be annoying for Rotom Wash. We can just bring in our own Rotom, but Rotom Maw, if he Leaf Storms Rotom, it's gonna take a lot of damage. Hippowdon, it's gonna take a lot of damage. Rose Raid resisting everything, and if they trick Rose Raid, they get a Black Sludge, so they won't be better off. So it's also really nice there. And also being faster than certain things under 300 speed is also really nice. Oh, we're level 50, so it's at least around that speed tier. But yeah, that's basically the team, guys. So if you are interested in the team, there's a PokePaste link in my description, in my Discord server. Check out the description. But yeah, let's actually check where we are on the ladder this time. Personal stats 770. So where we ended up last time. I haven't really played on this account yet. I was a bit busy. But yeah, to check the leaderboard again. We are going to need 800 at least, so it actually went up. That's cool. I think the season is ending soon, or reaching its end. That's 800. Should still be manageable. Haven't really been changed anything about the top spot rating wise, so we should definitely be able to get top 100 before the season ends. Because when I was top 100 before decaying, it was like 780-ish. But now it went up, and yeah, that's normal. Yeah, I'm gonna sign up, enter queue, and pause the video till we find a battle, boys. Okay, guys, the battle is about to start. Let's see what kind of opponent we'll find. Nurse outfit, nice. Okay, oh man, he has a Magnezone. It's gonna be rough for my Scizor because Magnezone and Salamence as well. So lead wise, I want to lead up with Rotom. It's a pretty good matchup against this team. He leads off with the Garchomp, assuming this is gonna be a Stealth Rocker. I'm just gonna throw off a Will-O-Wisp here. It could be annoying if he poisons me, but with the Will-O-Wisp, my Rose Raid could take this on, as he fortunately has Toxic. Yeah, but I do connect my Will-O-Wisp. That does help because now Rose Raid won't be 2-hit KO most likely, as long as he isn't Life Orbed. And I just want to chip him a bit more, so we're just gonna go for the Hydro Pump, because I can force him to defuck later by throwing off some spikes with Rose Raid if he goes for Stealth Rock. So I would rather have the Hydro Pump damage up first. He goes for Dragon Claw, okay. I guess he really wants to get rid of my Rotom, which is understandable because my Rotom is super good against this team. And the poison damage is really racking up, so I am going to switch out there. And I'm just gonna bring in my Roserade. If he does go for rocks, that's fine. Because we get up our spikes or toxic spikes. He goes for Dragon Claw again, so yeah, he really wanted to get rid of Rotom. But it does do less overhead. I'm also gaining leftovers recovery. But because he outspeeds me most likely, running max speed, I'm gonna Giga Drain. Because if I spike on an attack, yeah, exactly, he goes for Earthquake, he would 2-hit KO me, and now I at least get to kill Garchomp. And two things, he lost his Stealth Rocker most likely, and he doesn't have a ground type, so my Rotom can freely Volt Switch around, so that's gonna be super good for me. So he goes into the Salamence. I'm not sure what kind of Salamence this is, honestly, because he does have a Magnezone to check Scizor. But this might be Dragon Dance. If it's Dragon Dance, we do have a Hippowdon. If it's defensive, then I'm pretty sure my team can deal with this. So I just go for a Spike, and then we can find out later if this is his Defogger. He goes for Flamethrower. I also outsped him, so he was most likely... This is most likely a defensive Salamence. So this thing could have Defog. How should we deal with this? I think Gunk Rotom, maybe. Bowden could be nice, but we don't know if he has Defog. Maybe it's just better for me to go Rotom and just burn him. I don't know if he has Air Slash. Otherwise, I would go Mienshao. He has Draco. Okay. They should not 2-hit KO me because I am specially offensive. Yeah, and he gets a special attack drop. So we can Wisp here, and now we can Pain Split. And everything else on his team is full HP. So we are gaining a lot of recovery on this turn, no matter what he does. But it's Draco, Flamethrower, most likely Roost, and Defog. So that's going to be his full moveset. Probably would have been better if I kept Road Red now, actually. But at least we know this is his Defogger. And I'm pretty free to Volt Switch here. If he Roost, that's fine. I'm still getting some damage off. I'm not taking poison damage. If he switched, I would obviously gain momentum, but I get the Volt Switch off. And because this is his Defogger, the Rotom might not be Defog. So we can get in our Hippowdon. Hippowdon doesn't care about this Salamence. He already used Draco, so the next Draco is not gonna do much. He has Flamethrower, which doesn't do much either. So we can just get up our rocks there. Really gonna help us. He switches out, so he has to come in on rocks later on. And now Rotom comes in, and let's see if he's gonna take Sandstorm damage, and if he doesn't have leftovers, it's most likely Choiced. It is leftovers, so assuming Pain Split, maybe with Toxic or Will-O-Wisp. I'm just gonna go Rotom. Wait, this guy is running double... Oh my god. He's running double Defog on his team. But he really wants to do it with the Gyarados, I guess. Yeah, I guess it has been working for him. Feels like a waste though. Because your Garchomp only can get Stealth Rocks up a limited amount of times. Because he doesn't have Sustain. And then you run 2 Defoggers to just remove the Stealth Rocks. Anyway, we just Volt Switch here. He does the same. But we gain a lot of momentum now. We do have to keep in mind that our Rotom is getting a bit low. So we do have to Pain Split soon, but for now we gain a lot of momentum. If he goes a Magnezone, it's gonna be fine. If he goes Salamence, look at this. He's gonna take this Volt Switch damage plus Sandstorm and Burn. Actually get a crit. I wasn't going for the crit obviously because I would have still gone Mian Xiao, but now I don't have to taunt, guys. I can just click close combat because he's gonna take sandstorm and burn damage, and we don't have to predict. He didn't get the intimidate off because we came in after. And now we just click close combat. Even Gyarados is gonna take a lot. And anything else is just gonna drop. He brings in Scizor, this is gonna do so much, guys. He might even die, depending on his set. Well, close. Let's see, we don't see leftovers, so might be Bandit. We're just going into Hippowdon. Don't need to risk Mian Xiao. Mian Xiao can still do a lot to his team. Can actually win the game on itself now. So we just switch out. If he's crazy, he goes for Pursuit, but I'm pretty sure I would still live it. And he does go for Bullet Punch, so he's gonna die to the Rocky Helmet. That really helps. Assuming his Salamence comes in, that's the only thing that he can heal on, basically. Free. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, he's 100% gonna Roost. I cannot kill it. I could Earthquake on a Roost, but it's not gonna do much. I'm gonna Stealth Rock first. This will force him to Debug later on, but I need to bait out a Draco Meteor. It really helps that he doesn't have leftovers because the Sandstorm and the Burn is really chipping down on him. And here we just slack off. He goes for Draco. Oh, this is actually best case scenario. Because like I said, I wanted to bait out some Dracos. Because now we can go hard Mian Xiao. And with his special attack drop, he can never kill my Mian Xiao. Unless he crits, of course. But here, we go hard Mian Xiao. If he goes for Roost, my Stealth Rock will stay up. If he goes for Defog, look at how low Salamence is. Yeah, he goes for Defog, perfect. And now he's most likely going to Roost. And this is why we have to tech, boys. Because with close combat, we don't knock him out from here. And we can just taunt him. And let's see if he goes for Roost. If he goes for Draco, it doesn't matter. He already got yeah, nice. He goes for Roost. Unfortunately, the Sandstorm ends. I'm not sure if I knock it out. Close com... U-turn is safer. If I don't knock it out, maybe I would have. But it should have done around 20 to 25%, I guess. I did the calc before, but when making the team. But I can just U-turn into Hippowdon. So maybe it would have been a roll. At least I don't have to risk it. I don't have to risk a crit either. Goes for Draco again. It's not gonna do much. So he can still not Roost. And HP on my Hippowdon is actually not important because Scizor and Guard Jump are already gone. So maybe I can just Stealth Rock. He's most likely bringing in Rotom. Oh wait! No! I should have doubled into Mian Xiao. Because he Draco'd me again. So he was at -4. So he wouldn't have done anything. And in this situation, I could have poisoned the Rotom. And then my Salamence could win with against the poison Rotom. Oh my god. Damn, I could have made a big boy play there. I always click too fast. But yeah, at least I'll force him to defog so I can get in the Rotom. Because if he Volt Switches here, my Stealth Rock will stay up. Yeah, exactly. I'm not comfortable going for the Pain Split because he could decide to sack Salamence. Because if I Pain Split the Salamence, it's gonna be super bad for me. But I will gain leftovers here, so I'm gonna Volt Switch. At least I'll avoid the poison and the sandstorm damage because I switch out before they can do damage to me. And I gain the momentum here. But yeah, my Rotom is getting super low. He goes into the Magnezone. The more damage I get on this Magnezone, the easier it is for my Salamence to knock it out with Fire Fang. But yeah, Magnezone comes in, and we can go into our Mian Xiao. Because I also did this calc before. Max is like 85% from Flash Cannon. If he's Scarfed. If he specs, we outspeed him and knock him out. If he's not Scarfed, we outspeed him and knock him out. Okay, he is Scarfed, so we should eat this up. And we should... The Sandstorm should also end this turn. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? This is the only way he could win. Oh my... Okay, I'm going Scizor. He's 100% Choice Scarf because he outsped me. Oh my god, man. I would have 100% won that game. I'm gonna SD on this turn. I should probably U-turn, but hopefully he goes into the Rotom. No, he's Sex Salam. Oh, I'm really tilted. I should have U-turned. I was really hoping he would go Rotom there. And now we're in a 50-50 situation. His play should be sacking this and getting Magnezone. That was probably his original plan. But yeah, he could also go hard Magnezone. Oh, this is really annoying. If I U-turn on a Flamethrower, that's actually worst case scenario. This, by Bullet Punching, at least I gain some damage on something. Maybe the Bullet Punch damage will help against... Okay, that'll stay in. Perfect. So Salamence, we do get rid of the Salamence. But man, Scizor could have been really nice if I got rid of Magnezone. I'm not gonna check if he's 30. There's no way he's 30. So I'm just gonna Bullet Punch him and getting some damage off as he hit and Power Fires me. So we know he's Scarf, so what we could do at least is gain some recovery on the Rotom, because everything else on his team is full HP. At least we can get the Pain Split off. Man, that really tilts me, man. Him getting that Flash Cannon crit. Because the Sandstorm was ending, so I would have had enough health, basically, to not die to my Life Orb. At least get the Pain Split off. I'm still going for the chip here. Because I'm slower. So what we could do is... we Volt Switch. It's most likely... Yeah, it's most likely Volt Switching himself. But the only thing he can Volt Switch into is the Magnezone. And with that Volt Switch damage, I'm pretty sure it dies to Fire Fang from my Salamence. That's what we had to go off. Yeah, getting Salamence, and the worst case scenario for him is if I'm in his head probably is if I'm Dragon Dance. So he's most likely gonna Volt Switch into Gyarados. I can surprise him with the Fire Fang. With Choice Scarf, we're outspeeding it. If he stays in, nice. This should kill, come on. Okay, good. So goodbye Magnezone. He should know I'm Scarf now, so most likely Rotom coming in. He could have gone Gyarados and set up a Dragon Dance actually, and wow, he made a misplay there. He should have gone Gyarados and just Dragon Dance. Well, I'll Sekip out in there. It's too risky going into my Rotom there. He actually went for Pain Split. Does he not know I'm Scarfed? Like, why would he go for Pain Split? Anyway, I actually gained 1 HP recovery from that Pain Split. I'm just gonna sack this. I'm just going for rocks. I'm not gonna roar because I want him to kill me here. I don't want him Bowden in against Gyarados, because Gyarados could set up on me. But he should have really gone Gyarados. Set up a Dragon Dance. Then he would knock out my Rotom with Waterfall. Maybe he doesn't have Ice Fang. Yeah, he knocks me out with Hydro Pump. I could have roared as well, but if he misses and I roar him into Gyarados, it would be super bad for me. Now I get in my Rotom. And I'll just Volt Switch here. Because I should be outside of 2-hit KO range still. And if he Volt Switches, Gyarados is gonna die. Like, I don't want to paint. I'm gonna Volt Switch. As he Hydros, he misses. It's actually a really good miss. That way, get the Volt Switch damage off. Doesn't do much. He's most likely spit Def as well then. Okay, here's the 50-50, boys. That crit on my Mienshao put me in this position, but we have to play it. So, here's the thing. If he needs to paint split, right? If he doesn't paint split, my Salamence is gonna 2-hit KO him. But if I get Rotom in on the paint split and Volt Switch again, I get Salamence in and then I can just kill him with my Thunder Fang. And kill Gyarados as well. If he Volt Switches, good play. It actually doubles into the Gyarados. The only reason he would make this play is if he has Power Whip. This boy must have Power Whip. That would be the only reason he would make this play. I'm going hard, Salamence here. You're not clicking Ice Fang in this situation, boy. Yeah, he does Power Whip. And we 4 times resist that. Sandstorm is gone. So we get the free Thunder Fang. And Thunder Fang, this is why the Volt Switch damage on the Rotom was important, because he's gonna get 2-hit KO'd. But he stays in. Maybe at Ice Fang, who knows. But Gyarados drops. Now Rotom comes in. And this is also a 50-50, because if I Thunder Fang 2 times, he's gonna drop. But if he Volt Switches on my Rotom switch, I lose. Because I don't think my Salamence can beat Rotom 1v1. If he has Volt... because he has Pain Split. So I'm gonna Thunder Fang. Maybe we flinch him. Nice. Okay. So if I flinched him on the Pain Split, feels bad for him. But now I'm gonna make full use of this. Because I could still miss Thunder Fang. But this is most likely Spadef Rotom, so Dragon Claw is gonna do a lot. So we can bring in our Rotom. In case we miss, because if we miss, we lose. And my Rotom is pretty low already, so he just goes for Pain Split, that's fine. And with the leftovers, we should live a Volt Switch. And if we get the Volt Switch damage off, it's a guaranteed win. Even if he knocks us out though. But then I'm pretty sure Dragon Claw still kills him, because we're still max attack. He Volt Switches. Nice. So we live this, we Volt Switch him, and now we just knock him out with Dragon Claw. So RNG's has made it really difficult for us by allowing his Magnezone to crit my Mienshao, because Mienshao would have outsped everything. Everything that was alive, and close combat would have just punched some holes into his team then. But yeah, it ended up well enough for us, and yeah, Dragon Claw knocks out the Rotom. So really nice game for us. And only getting 2.73 points from the rank 28 player feels bad, man. Feels really bad. We're not gaining a lot of points, but just imagine if you're 850 or something. You'll get like 1 point every game. So it's a big grind, man. You have to play a lot of games to get there, which we're obviously not gonna do. We have other things to do as well. Oh man. But that really annoyed me, that crit on my Mienshao. Anyway, let's actually check out where we are. So, 772.79. Whatever. Hopefully I can get in a few more games in this week. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm and stuff. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or just wanted to drop a message or something. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you're new to the channel, whatever, subscribe to see more content. And yeah, if you're interested in a team, there's a PokePace link in my Discord server, link in the description. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out. See you guys next time.